market cap is 7,000. And Thomas told me yesterday that we are the top 500 listed companies in India. You know, it's astonishing, but it's there. So, not in small measure, sir. We owe this all to BrahMos. We are the first company who trusted us, and as Mr. Lani was saying some time back, the problems we had with Navy, he still gave us the order, believing a small company, as against L&T, Tata, all the large companies, you gave us the order, we delivered to you, that's different, but the trust which you gave to us was enormous, and we'll never forget that trust. Thank you, sir, again, and we want to be part of this journey all through. We're very excited about the NG which is coming up. We're excited about all the other programs coming up. We will be partnering with you in all of this, sir. And what I want, data patterns, let us welcome our most valued customer, very close to our heart. Give him a good hand. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I can talk for hours on BrahMos and our relationship because of lack of time. So I will close this invite. I would like you to say a few words, sir. Thank you.
I now invite our esteemed chief guest to say a few words.
I don't know. Good evening, everyone. I'll use the word good evening because it's evening somewhere at least. I've been working with data patterns as a young scientist. As Ranga said, 20 years have gone by. It's gone by so fast. So it's wonderful to be here. And actually speaking, this is my first visit to data patterns. We worked hard, we fought hard, we resolved conflicts not just between us but between data patterns and Dynalog. I don't know if you remember those days when we had the problem with the launcher control system and went through real hell. Finally, we said no more launcher control system separate. It got into data patterns. Data patterns has grown. The path he has talked about. Of course, not an easy path. The path is always bumpy, a lot of roadblocks, a lot of difficulties from both sides. For us within PJ10, those days we were known as PJ10, PJ10 still exists. I was part of PJ10. It was very difficult to convince many of my own DRDO colleagues that we need to look at the private industry and not just being the PSUs. Data patterns actually broke that voodoo that missile system can be done by the private industry and it will grow in a much bigger way. The fire control system is a story of its own. After that, the checkout system, which also happened in a very similar fashion with a lot of trepidation. Do a lot of hard work from the people of data patterns. I don't think I would remember all the 32 people of the original data patterns, but I see a lot of familiar faces in front of me right now, of course, on and off the stage. Nice to see the new people around. Be assured that BrahMos will be supporting data patterns in terms of various other development which we'll be working on. I'll give you another area where we broke the whole regular pattern of ordering when we went into the seeker development. I'm very surprised Ranga didn't talk about the seeker. We were told that we need to do the development of the seeker, the BrahMos seeker, and I was actually behind it to do the pushing and all that. We again had a very similar number of 6 people involved in the tender. We had, we raised a demand for actually only 5 seekers as a development order. Went through a TEC. I was the member secretary of the TEC at that time. I was a scientist 3 at that time, 2009. It was at 2009 if I remember right. And during the TEC, without being biased at all, we just put all the pluses and minuses of everyone. And the TEC recommended that out of the 8 companies who tendered, we brought it down to 5 companies. But even in that 5, I said that 3 of them may not be able to do it. in the technical evaluation, we still said, but let us bring them and let us see how, where it goes and what is the hard work which we would also have to put in. When we landed at the actual PNC, again it was similar, that negotiation will not be done. First explain to us how you knocked out companies like Bell and HAL in the PNC and brought in companies like Data Patterns and Astra Microwave. Well, it was a fact, technically Data Patterns had already grown as equal as Bell and ECI, not ECI, sorry, Bell and HAL in those days. So it was already, we are talking about 2002 to 2009, in 7 or 8 years we had already grown technically, and the work was already showing for itself. Okay, it's a different history that we split the order into two. This helps in our commercial negotiations also. So it's Data Patterns and ECL which has been doing it. ECL might have beaten you to the race in proving the seeker, but you are not far behind, and I expect the next trials with the Data Pattern seeker to go through, because if one has worked, why should the other not work? It's after all, the logic is one and the same, it's only the hardware which is different. It's gone to QT. And it will be a proud moment for all of us to thump the desk and say, we have an Indian seeker, Indian design seeker in production for in the country. Just recently we have got the acceptance of need for 227 missiles, and I have already committed there at the MOD that the last 74 missiles will be with the Indian seeker. We have a lot of work to do. We have to now gear up for production of this seeker. Look at that. So all of you people who are involved in that part of it, we have work. But let me tell you another small secret about the seeker. When we started BrahMos long back, so this was talks which we were having in 96, 97, and looking at the cost of the different components of the missile and what would be the cost of the missile. The seeker was from Russia, and they had put a fairly large cost. We had our INS, and that was costed very reasonably, as we talked about it at that time. And I asked them, how come your seeker is so expensive? It can't be so expensive when we have seen that the INS, which is as complex, also is so much cheaper. The person there, he is now the chief of our joint venture partner in Russia. He just said, bring a seeker, then we'll talk. Today we have the seeker with us. Now we will talk. So you people are moving the country forward into real self-reliance, Atmanirbharta. I am proud to be here as part of you, as part of your family. We are a family, the BrahMos family. We are looking forward to some new projects, new areas we are going to work in, and obviously the idea would be, let the BrahMos lines be there and let's look for new partners, but there will be these critical areas where our long-standing partners like Data Patterns, L&T, Godrej will be partners, our partners in the future developments of BrahMos without doubt. Always as a missile person, as a BrahMos chief, I would say let's concentrate more on BrahMos. But today, as I was walking around, I've been watching all the work you people have been doing, not just for the BrahMos, but I can see so many things which can come out from there into the various parts or systems of BrahMos in the long run. May not be immediate, but in the long run, I can see a lot of things. I want to wish Data Patterns a bright, bigger future. 32 people 20 years back, maybe 5,000 people in another 20 years. We may not be here, a few of us who are around at the start, but I would expect Data Patterns to be a company which people will use. Already we are using it in the same breath with the other PSUs. It will be one of the companies which will be right on the top. As today long back they said Navaratnas, You will break into those Navratnas and we'll take out some of them from there. Wishing you all the best, and thank you for all the cooperation and the assistance you people have given us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for those encouraging words. We at Data Patterns owe our success and our allegiance to BrahMos, and we will continue to be the most valued or most committed family members to the BrahMos Aerospace. I now request Sri Rangarajan to accompany our chief guest to the adjoining area for the unveiling ceremony of the BrahMos missile checkout. Thank you.
And we have set up everywhere. So there are BCD, not a single failure. What is that?
There's no single failure today.
Because these are all old, these are all old hardware.
This past.
We cannot change it now because QT has been done. These are all 15-year-old products. Today, if you have a look, your FCS will become so small. Everything is there. Whatever is here is already available. It's very small. You make it lighter. You know, it depends on how this is not within that time. You do all of this. 1 year, sir. Anything you ask, 1 year. 1 year. You can do everything. No, QT is today, QT is 23 months. No 6 months. No longer 1 year. You tell us that just give us 13 months you do. Other seeker 1 year. You tell now, say everything 1 year. No, because everything is there. It's only putting it together. We are engineering. I will order immediately free access to the 12 months. They will be ready in the next 1.5 years. We will fully get to see.
Rajendran, congratulations.
Other thing is we are putting everything here. We are not putting some last year. We'll take you. All are with us. Rajan, he is the boss. It is his system.
on this. Where's the power?
Sequence. Where is coming over? It's going battery back. Do you know how to build a system? Everything is here. We have to do what Russians do. We have to go. We are only following that. We can't change any sequence. We can't change any sequence. And even observations, if you start support, we are finding it difficult, but we still have to support the thing. Granite from Russia. Our system is less than one-fourth the price. I didn't talk all that, but maybe you will ask questions. It's less than one-fifth the price of the imported equivalent. Similarly, Seeker is less than half the price of the imported Seeker. Okay. We do things here. It will be as good as an international system. Support is always there. We delivered this from 2006. We can deliver. One delivery, we had continuous orders. Okay. He's not come, he's taking on deliveries. He said, okay. And for
the simulator, sequence of 2 and the power distribution. We've got info printer, so whatever analysis is there, we'll take it to work. So this is always use the one with the restriction. So now today we can go for the compact. Yeah, we will use this. Yeah. So we are working for the mobiles. So yes, I about equipment.
आप सर अभी बन सर अच्छा बैठवा
this housing will also work on other things. It's very difficult to actually get a number, but I can very safely say that more than 25,000 people. I can be very sure that I can very safely say more than 25,000 people in the country are working solely on the indigenization and production of BrahMos systems. It will be more than.
Mr. Rangarajan, this checkout system is a part of a development contract or a production contract? Delivery is happening.
We got initial development contract in 2006, I think. We delivered it, went through full certifications and qualifications. Today we get orders based on BrahMos orders for Air Force, Navy and Army. This is one equipment which is used to test the missile. See, missile is a 10-year life storage missile, so off and on we need to test the performance of the missile. It's a canisterized missile. So you can't open the missile and test it. You need to test it from the umbilical cord and then test all the performances. So we need to periodically test the missile. So that is why the equipment is used to test all of the missile. So each of the contingents, Army, Navy, Air Force, procures as part of their overall requirements checkout systems to BrahMos, and BrahMos again back to back places the order on us based on their requirements. This is the background.
So this is the first delivery as part of the production contract?
No. This is the 26th or 27th system we are delivering. So we have been delivering every few years a few systems. All are operational. They are maintained. We have customer support teams and offices all over the North India, wherever they have installations, to see that support is provided for BrahMos, so that it's completely working. This is an ongoing delivery. We are handing it over the one batch of equipment which is going to Army.
When the seeker development contract will be completed? And
yeah, I'll answer that question. You see, BrahMos went on the idea of having two vendors or two partners to do the seeker development. As both the seekers matured in both the industries, and when we saw that one of them was moving a little faster, we concentrated on actually proving that, because we wanted to prove to the world that we can do it. Data patterns is not far behind. I am expecting a flight trial of the data pattern seeker in September or October. This is what we have planned, and then we would say that data patterns development contract would have partially completed. Because development contract is for a number. This would be one of those numbers. We will be doing at least 2 trials with the data pattern seeker.
what is the size of the development contract for both the vendors put together from BrahMos?
Yeah, we got initially 3 each. We delivered, then there was a change in specifications. We then delivered 6 each, or 9 systems each, and they went into various trials of captive trials. All of them we've got.
So by end of this year, production contracts will be issued by BrahMos for seekers?
What I've been telling them is they will have to start producing these seekers for our next contracts which we are picking up from the Navy. So moment we pick up the contract with the Navy, we will give them a back-to-back contract. But I'm requesting both my partners to start their equipping for production, which would start by end of next year.
Hi, my name is Siddharth. I'm from Beyond. Could you please explain to me about the checkout equipment? So what are the crucial systems and subsystems that the checkout system is meant to check?
I'll start, then I'll allow the details to come from there. You see, the checkout system initially has come as part of the ground system equipment, where no details were given to us on how it is created and how we should do it. There has been a massive task done by the team inside BrahMos and the data patterns team to understand what are the sequences of checks, what are the sequences of commands. Because mind you, when we started, I told you we were only 13% indigenous. So how do we do all those checks of items which don't belong to India? They've done a lot of work,
And what the checkout system does is, the missile is checked once in a year. Actually, it's supposed to be once in 3 years, but the users have said we will do it once in a year. Once a year, they bring a missile to the site, connect it, check out all the subsystems of the missile and say the missile is healthy and it's put back in storage or deployed in the field. Critical subsystems, well, all electronics are critical in our country.
Mr. Rangarajan, this is regarding that L1 order from NATO.
Also to follow up on that question, so like when it comes to such a system, what are the advantages over the legacy Russian system that's being used?
Cost and maintenance. Massive reduction in cost and easier maintenance. Right now, all the checkout systems which have been delivered to our armed forces are the data patterns checkout systems, and if any repair is required on the checkout system, maintenance of the checkout system required, they are just round the corner. If it's a foreign OEM system, I'm not just limiting it to Russian, to any foreign OEM system, you need to get their engineer in from wherever they are, and the spare parts have to be made available from their country here. Here everything is available right here in Chennai.
So also when we are talking about reduction of cost, and by what margin?
I think what we are giving them compared to the imported equivalent is 1/4 or 1/5 the original price.
So I'm trying to ask them to bring it down even further.
Okay, so what is the impact that the Ukraine-Russia conflict has had on the production of BrahMos missile, given that some 30% of components come from Russia itself?
I've been saying this all over, wherever. A geopolitical conflict should not ever touch any supply chain. And in fact, while we were talking, there was one word which Ranga mentioned, which we have with our Indian partners, that is our industry partners, trust. Trust has been created between BrahMos and our joint venture partners in the industries there. The geopolitical conflict is not going to choke us in any way in terms of items coming in from that country. We may have problems from other countries, but not from Russia.
Is it safe to say that all the checkout systems used by Indian armed forces today are indigenous?
Yes.
Made by data patterns?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
This is regarding the L1 order of NATO.
Sir, you'll have to speak a little louder. Yeah.
Hello? Sir, this is regarding that NATO tender. What is the value of that L1 order?
It's about 4 million euros.
4
Give or
million.
take, yeah. It's just under negotiation now. The one important thing is, it's designed in India, fully designed by us radar, which is going to a NATO country. That's what we were interested in, not more the value. But a NATO country is going to use our radar design in India. So that is the good thing for us.
How many radars, sir?
It's about 4 systems. There are 3 systems and some spares. And hopefully this will start us to do more for Western countries.
This is Puthiyathalaimurai, sir. The state government has formulated defense corridor policies. In the case, how will the development of defense spare parts manufacturing research introduced in Tamil Nadu particularly?
Okay. See that what Tamil Nadu government is planning to do is, first see that investment is made in terms of providing the defense corridor, a lot of test infrastructure. See, for doing indigenous development, we need to be able to, especially the MSMEs and the SME sector, they can't afford to actually build the test facilities necessary for going through the validation processes. We all suffered when we were very small. Even today, we go for all the tests, we go to all the DRDO labs, which is not here in Madras. We go to Bangalore, Hyderabad, sometimes Pune, to carry out the qualification tests and things like that. Second, we also, all the tools for design. is very, very expensive. So what they plan to do is put all the tools from mechanical to electronic design. All of those systems, the tools is a central place where probably paying very limited cost, you can come and share the tools and use it in the design. This is the second thing they're thinking. Third, they're thinking is, how do I not only test for environmental tests or electromagnetic compliance tests, rain shower tests and all other tests, but beyond that, suppose you want to build a radar here, or an electronic warfare equipment, or a radio or a communication equipment, we need to have test fields. I'm talking purely from an electronics background, test fields. So we are trying to create a test infrastructure test field where Indians can come to Tamil Nadu, or companies in Tamil Nadu can build their own systems, use the facility infrastructure created. For all this, Government of India is also saying, I'll put 70% of the cost and give it to the Tamil Nadu Defence Corridor. And the government of Tamil Nadu is going to give some money. And we can also do a bit of money from industry like us, who are interested in using the facilities, also participate in this, involve ourselves and participate in this enterprise, so that we can create opportunities. It's very tough. Defense is a tough space. It takes a long number of years. So for a small company to graduate to give the quality standards necessary, even semi-lakh for clearances, we said we will conduct seminars for you. We have a knowledge base. We can share the knowledge base. The industry can come together. So these kind of talk is happening. And this is not only here. For example, UAV, they want to create a test infrastructure for unmanned vehicles. All this is under thinking now. And I think in the next year or so, things will start happening.
Okay, sir. Sir, here is how they test ISRO's nano satellites in the campus.
Come again?
How to test nano satellites of ISRO?
How do you test
nano satellites.
Nano or another thing, there are various kinds of tests. See, ISRO requires, just like we do in defense with BrahMos, we need to do environmental tests. Temperature test, high temperature, low temperature, vibration, then EMMC compliances, because we don't want subsystems to start, interacting and something to go wrong. So there are a lot of electrical and environmental tests which you have to go through. On top of that, during design validation, again, which is done in missile, we do what is called as hardware in loop simulation. We put this system as part of entire hardware, see as part of the overall system is working properly, even the dynamics are changing, and the satellite is rolling, what really happens, if the control systems will operate or not. So there are a number of tests like that to validate the design criteria before actually putting the satellite and then launching it. We then, see, when you launch a satellite, there is a spring-loaded mechanism that pushes the satellite out. Then in free space, the satellite starts rolling. You need to first stabilize the satellite. All this has to be validated. Then you want to position the satellite in space to take pictures of cameras. You have to do sun pointing. All of them has to be validated. So you put the model and design, then you can put in hardware into simulation and actually validate the system. This is all done with ISRO's help.
Sir, question for Rani, sir. Sir, hypersonic missiles are what are being talked today in the contemporary scenario. So any work in that regard? Because now BrahMos is doing Mark 2.8. So what about hypersonics?
Yeah, hypersonics is a buzzword all over the world. A lot of development work is going on by many countries. In fact, there was a US Congress report which says that there are 3 countries or 4 countries ahead of the US in hypersonics, where they have pegged India in. BrahMos right now has a center of excellence in Indian Institute of Science, the Abdul Kalam Center of Excellence on Hypersonics. We have 4 engineers there working on the theory of hypersonics. That's why I said it's a buzzword. It's a theory. Some tests are going on. BrahMos will not be doing R&D in these areas. Our partners, NPO Machine Estonia from Russia and DRDO from the Indian side, they are creating the technology bricks. Once those technology bricks are available and ready, BrahMos will take up the work in the hypersonics area.
We'll take the last question.
So 290 kilometers was the initial range, now it's 400. What about taking it further?
BrahMos is evolving. Our numbers will keep changing over the years. But we are a 290 kilometer missile with a lot of improved performances over the years. That's a number which the media has been pandering. BrahMos has never said that.
Thank you, and we'll close the question-answer session. We are extremely grateful to Sri Rane for having made the time to visit us at Chennai today in spite of his very, very busy schedule. We also thank his team for being here at this momentous occasion. Our heartfelt thanks to the press for being here today at a very short notice. I now request all to rise for the national anthem. The national anthem, please.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. I now request the press to use the media room which is made available.
Thank you very much, one and all.